Please enter your access code by to enable audio control. Please.
Thanks for waiting for us. I'd like to call to order the May 5th, 2026 City Council meeting at 6:40. The public is encouraged to join the meeting online or by phone at the numbers printed on the agenda, which can be found on the city's website at www.diamondbarca.gov or in person, Main Auditorium, South Coast Air Quality Management District. We also have allowed public comments to be submitted in advance to the city clerk. If any were received, they will be noted for the record when we get to the public comment period. This meeting is being recorded, and by participating, you're giving your permission to be televised. This meeting will be rebroadcast every Saturday and Sunday at 9 a.m. and alternate Tuesdays at 8 p.m. and archived for viewing on the city's website. So let's proceed with the Pledge of Allegiance, and we'll have after that the invocation and the roll call.
Please join me. Powerful Lord, thank you so much for this wonderful city. Lord, protect it, guide it, and direct these leaders here tonight. Give them unity and give them vision and strength. And I pray for an atmosphere that the city continues to thrive. Lord, bless the youth in this city as they are growing up. May their teachers be inspired to direct them, and may they continue to dream big and follow after their goals. Lord, we lift up the troops that are all throughout the world, and especially those that were raised here in Diamond Bar, and we ask that you bring them home safely and that you protect them. Lord, we thank you for this opportunity, and may tonight be full of zeal and knowledge and great decisions for a healthy Diamond Bar. We thank you for our city. In your name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor Castle, especially for being here. We appreciate that. And let's see, the City Clerk Santana, can you please call the roll?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Councilmember Chow?
I'm here.
Councilmember Liu?
Here.
Councilmember Tang?
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Lowe?
Here.
Mayor Tai?
I am here. Thank you very much. And City Attorney Sandoval, are there any reportable actions from the closed session?
Mayor, there's no reportable action out of closed session. Thank you.
Thank you very much. City Manager Fox, are there any changes to the agenda?
Mayor, there are no changes to the agenda this evening.
Terrific. The agenda is hereby approved. And that brings us to special presentations. First thing we would like to do, if you would step down here with me, the certificate of recognition to Edison Scholar James Wang. I was looking for that. Thank you. Well, congratulations. This is very exciting. Diamond Bar City Council extends its commendations to you, James, They- for the 2026 Southern California Edison Scholar on your outstanding achievement in earning the 2026 Southern California Edison Scholarship. Your hard work and dedication serve as an inspiration to all of us. We wish you continued success in all your future endeavors. Congratulations, signed by the entire City Council, dated May 5th, 2026. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That is a very good-looking medallion you have there. Tell us all.
Oh, I got this really great medallion from Edison. They actually surprised me when I was in second period band just a few weeks ago. It was completely took me by surprise. Probably the best thing that has happened to me this year. And I just am so grateful for all the opportunities that have come here and also the amazing mentors that I have at Diamond Bar High School. And of course, the friends and family that made all of this possible. Thank you.
Congratulations again. And you said that this is the best thing that's happened this year. But the year is still a lot to go, so congratulations. We're very proud of you. Can we get a picture? Oh, what? So sorry. Please.
Yes. So to provide a little context, this is a huge, huge accomplishment. So since 2006, Edison International annually, every year we choose 30 scholars that we award $50,000 to and from our service territory who, have a passion in STEM, where they're going to go for college. And really the pivotal point is, the focus point here is that we want to empower these students to give back to their communities, come back and work for the communities to enrich our future, of course, their own future, and think of us and think of you all when they make this accomplishment. So since 2006, Edison National has actually awarded over $22 million to about 850 students, including this year. So this is an opportunity to do that. And James really is such a passionate student. I'm proud of all the scholars, but especially James, because as a DBHS alum, I'm just excited to see someone who's so caring, so driven. His goal is to build accessible home-assistive technology to make mobility and care more accessible. So big heart, big dreams.
John, you want to say a few words?
I'd just like to say that we're just super proud of James. We have amazing students at Diamond Bar High School, and setting yourself apart from the amazing kids that we have is really a special accomplishment. So just congratulations, James, and we're just super proud of you.
Thank you.
Where are you going to school? College?
I will be going to the University of Pennsylvania studying mechanical engineering. So super excited.
You're gonna need to get him a few more checks. Congratulations again. This is spectacular. James, congratulations again to not only you, but your parents as well. Thanks very much. City manager reports and recommendations. How about a presentation of the 2025 Public Safety Report? Mr. Fox.
Mayor and Council, Assistant City Manager Ryan McLean will make the presentation.
Thank you, Mayor Ty and members of the City Council. I'm pleased to provide an update to the city's performance in the public safety category for the calendar year 2025. We're going to do this a little bit differently this year in an effort to consolidate what is a lot of information from a single document that we used to bring to the City Council. We're going to put all of this information that's been included in previous public safety reports in permanent location on our city website on the public safety page. So you won't need to have a copy of the public safety report to read the public safety report. It will be available to you at any time by visiting the city's website. On the city's website, in addition to that, we've put together a digest of all the statistics for the three parts of our public safety program, that being law enforcement and crime statistics, the fire and EMS statistics, and then animal care and control statistics as well. So you can access all of those on the city's public safety website. We also have some information about emergency preparedness. And if you want to dig even deeper into the numbers beyond the digest that we have on the public safety page, all of these statistics historically, in a historical perspective, are available on the Open Data site. And both of those web addresses are on the screen as I speak. I'll provide a brief overview of each of the partners of our public safety program, and I'll start with fire and EMS. As you know, the Los Angeles County Fire Department is our partner on fire response and emergency medical services. This is slightly different than the Sheriff's Department, law enforcement services that the city contracts for, in that it is funded through a county fire district, which is a property tax assessment. This was in place before the city incorporated, and the city inherited that when it did incorporate in 1989. Those dollars go directly to the county. The county then budgets them, staffs, and equips the stations that are located here in Diamond Bar, of which there are 3. We have about 40 personnel that serve the area, and Chief Gamble, who's in attendance tonight, is the battalion chief for the area, or assistant chief, excuse me. Just a brief overview of some statistical trends for the last year as it relates to fire and emergency medical services. Pretty consistent, and we're seeing the same type of pattern, of which more than 70% of all calls to the fire department are for emergency medical or rescue calls. The number of fire incidents and false alarm responses are nearly identical to the previous year. There is a slight increase in the service call category, and that can be attributed to a change in the way that the department is coding that statistical category. But for the most part, pretty similar to the previous year when we're looking at those statistics. And again, those are all available on the website. A brief overview of law enforcement before I get into a little bit more detail about the crime statistics. We have a contract with the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department for law enforcement services here in Diamond Bar. This is the single highest line item in our budget for one service. It's about $8.6 million for our law enforcement contract in the current fiscal year. This means that we have 16 sworn personnel. Those are deputies that are in the field. We have 1 non-sworn position that is a community services assistant, and that position assists the deputies but primarily focuses on parking enforcement. Within the 16 sworn personnel, there are 5 special assignment team deputies. These deputies are utility players and help us to deal with any trends that may come up. They can be flexed to deal with burglary suppression, mail theft, homelessness issues, and they do a lot of community outreach. Our neighborhood watch program, Coffee with a Cop, interactions with the community, business watch, all of those things are a part of our special assignment team deputies' responsibility. We also used some additional funds that the City Council appropriated in the current year budget to conduct additional supplemental suppression patrols. These were primarily focused on burglary suppression, and we'll talk about the impact of those as we go forward. And then finally, as you know, Captain Towsey is our captain of the station. He effectively serves as your police chief, and he's supported by Lieutenant Gomez as his right hand. I'd like to take a few minutes to get into the details about the crime statistics in the year 2025, and I'll also talk about where we are today looking at the start of this current year. In 2025, we had a pretty good year when compared to the previous year. Total Part 1 crime, this is both violent crime and property crime, was down about 9% year over year. Property crime was down almost 12%. And the big one here is that total burglary was down about 9.9%, so nearly 10% reduction in burglaries. When you break those down to residential and commercial, residential burglary was down 8.3% when compared to 2024, and commercial and other non-residential burglaries were down about 12.5%. It's important to note that in Diamond Bar, we have very low violent crime totals year over year over year. Property crime is about 93% of the total Part 1 crime that we have on an annual basis. We did see a pretty large statistical increase in violent crime when you compare 2025's totals to the previous year. You'll see that that number was a little over or almost 58%. But when you drill down into the numbers, you'll see that there were a total increase of 22 incidents, less than 2 incidents a month. Our violent crime rates are so low that that limited amount of incidents can have a very large statistical increase. Obviously, we still want to address that increase, and we work with the captain and his team to continue implementing ways to do that. It's also worth noting that the violent crime that we did experience here in Diamond Bar is not usually of a random sort, meaning that the perpetrator is known. So there are not a lot of incidents in which random violence is taking place throughout town. And then finally, to end that discussion, this was the 10th lowest total violent crime year in the city's history. So you can see we're in the top third of our performance when looking at it from a historical perspective. Looking at 2026 so far, we started 2025 with a large spike in property crime, some significant burglary issues that we had to address. We were able to turn that around in the last 3 quarters of 2025, and that trend has continued into 2026. As it stands today, if we're looking at the first quarter of this year compared to the first quarter of last year, total Part 1 crime is down 30.3%. We just finished the lowest total Part 1 crime month in 6 years in March. There were 49 total incidents, both property crime and violent crime. So that's an excellent way to start the year. It does not mean that we lose focus. Remaining vigilant is very important. We have some unique features here in Diamond Bar that impact our crime totals. Those include regional crews that come in from out of the area. They were responsible for many of the burglary incidents that were experienced in the first half of 2025. The response by the Sheriff's Department Major Crimes Unit and some very significant arrests played a part in the reduction that we saw the remainder of the year. We are located near major freeways. Those are good entry and exit points, and so we need to make sure that we are doing our part. If we see something, that we say something. Reporting suspicious behavior or any incidents is also very important to continuing the reduction in crime that we're experiencing right now. We always remind residents, if you see something that doesn't look right, notify the Sheriff's Department. They'll come out and take a look, and if it turns out not to be an issue, it's no problem at all. So in closing, the budget and the investment that is made on an annual basis by the City Council reflects public safety as the top priority. That's a historical perspective and one that has continued year after year in the budget. We need to make sure that fiscal sustainability is really a focus moving forward so that that investment can continue to be made and that our crime or our dedication to public safety remains intact. We'll continue working with our partners at the Sheriff's, Fire, and Inland Valley Humane Society partners to keep that public safety team intact and working effectively. And we'll continue to maintain our outreach and engagement and reminding residents that they too are partners in this and that we work together to ensure that our community remains safe. And with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions of the council. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. McLean. Any questions for? Yes.
Just one question. Regarding the violent crime, you indicated that it was usually done not by strangers. Do we have any statistics to, that relate to whether or not the perpetrator had mental health issues?
That is not something that I have access to in the statistics here, but if the captain or a member of the sheriff's team could provide some context, that might be helpful. Otherwise, I can get some information and bring it back to the council.
If he does, great. Otherwise, we can get that next time or
Good? Look who shows up.
He has the numbers.
All right, good evening. To answer your question, that is not something we track when it comes to the violent crimes. If it involves force with our deputies, we do track that, but we don't track it or even ask it for just a regular violent crime.
Okay, I thought maybe, it would make a difference. It might make a difference, but thank you.
Okay.
Any other questions? Yes.
Captain, can you elaborate what constitutes a violent crime?
So it's broken down kind of how Ryan explained. It's crimes against persons. So you're going to have your robberies and your aggravated assaults for the most part, homicide, which luckily we do not have here. But that's going to be the main categories: is homicide, rape, aggravated assault, and robbery.
Or robbery in terms of force, taking something from somebody.
Robbery is the taking from a person.
Okay.
So when people say their house was robbed, that is incorrect phrasing. Robbing is taking from a person. So your house was burglarized, you were robbed.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Captain Towsey? Yes, go ahead. Councilmember Tang.
I'm always interested to find out whether there's any arrest, apprehension of any of the perpetrator or the criminals who either did the property crimes or violent crime, either here down at the Diamond Bar or down somewhere else, but they have done something connected to the Diamond Bar. Do you have any of those numbers for the last year or so?
Well, a lot of what happened last year were the regional crews, like Ryan was talking about. So those were turned over to major crimes who did large operations and were able to either track the phone or track the car, and after 8-9 months made very large arrests. I think one of the ones that was sent to you was, I think, 8 burglaries, with 7 of them being in Diamond Bar and the 8th one being out of the area, but they eventually caught that crew. I think it was 4, a crew of 4. And actually, just before I came in tonight, my deputies here at the station just used the flock cameras to make an arrest of a burglary crew that on Gold Rush on Friday. There was an attempt burglary there. They just found the car and pulled it over, and it had all the clothing and backpacks that they were wearing in the camera, on the cameras, was inside the car, as well as a Wi-Fi jammer, radios, stolen license plates. So it was a really good arrest, and that just happened just 30 minutes before I came to the meeting tonight. So they do get caught. It's very important that if something happens, you let us know, and we try to get your neighbors to show us videos, and we get those into evidence so we can catch these people.
What about the violent crimes? I suppose we probably arrest all the people who committed violent crimes in the city?
The majority of violent crimes are going to be known to the victim and the suspect. They're going to know each other. So a lot of that is, as I mentioned earlier, the aggravated assault category. So you're going to have neighbors that are arguing with neighbors and either pull a stick on them or something that makes it aggravated, something that more than just battery, it's going to be aggravated. So you have neighbors, you have family members, you have brothers and sisters, you have husband and wife. That's the majority of them. And then sprinkled in there are some that are, there's usually every year, I don't have the exact numbers, but there's usually a couple that are like road rage incidents where they don't know each other, as well as what's called an Estes robbery. So that's when someone goes into a store and they steal something from the store, and then an employee tries to stop them, and they fight with the employee, that's going to turn that burglary into a robbery. So several of those robberies that are statted there are what started off as a burglary that turned into a robbery. And there were also several incidents where they were selling things on Craigslist or OfferUp or any number of those websites. And when they met up to exchange the items, the person took those items from them without paying and by force. Those were a couple more of them. So with that type of crime, I do want to point out that we do have a safe exchange area at our station. It's 2 parking spots in the front of our station that's monitored by camera. So anyone from Diamond Bar that's exchanging any kind of items online, they're more than welcome to come to our station to make that exchange.
Thank you.
Any other questions? All right, thank you very much, Captain Towsey. Thank you, Ryan, for the information as well. That brings us to public comments. This is the time reserved on each regular meeting agenda to provide an opportunity for members of the public to directly address the council on consent calendar items or other matters of interest not on the agenda that are within the subject matter jurisdiction of the council. Although the City Council values your comments pursuant to the Brown Act, members of the City Council or staff may briefly respond to public comments if necessary, but no extended discussion and no action on such matters may take place. There's a 5-minute maximum time limit when addressing the City Council, and at this time I'll call up speakers who have submitted a speaker card first, then City Clerk Santana will ask for those callers joining the teleconference who may wish to speak under public comments. I have one speaker card from Cynthia Yu.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, council members, city staff, and members of audience. My name is Cynthia Yu from Diamond Bar Library. May is Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. Throughout the month, we will host a variety of programs for all ages. On Friday, May 15th at 11, join us to learn the art of creating a beautiful ribbon lei. Often given to celebrate special occasions, these handmade leis are a heartfelt gift of aloha. Join us on Saturday, May 16th, as we learn about the first Indian American woman in space, NASA astronaut Dr. Kalpana Chawla, as well as how astronauts return to Earth from space. Participants will build their own mini space capsule and test them for a water landing. This program is for ages 6 to 12 years with parent or caregiver. Diamond Bar Library is looking for teen volunteers ages 14 to 17 to assist our summer discovery programs. Teams can earn community service hours and valuable work experience. Applications are open from now until Friday, May 22nd. Please pick up an application form at the customer service desk. The Summer Discovery Program runs from June 1st to August 9. Teen volunteers tasks include signing up children for the program, passing out prizes, and assisting with our fun programs. For more information, please visit our website, lacountylibrary.org. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Yu. Anybody else in the audience tonight that would like to address the City Council?
Mayor, council, staff, Chief Gamble. I want to make sure you and the residents know that we are proceeding. The window of opportunity is here. So we're going to be conducting a prescription burn on Thursday. Came up on us faster than we anticipated, but it's here. So we're going to take the opportunity while we have the resources and the weather cooperating. So Thursday, May 7th, we'll be burning in Tonner Canyon. This is going to be a prearranged prescription burn. And we will have resources from Los Angeles County Fire Department as well as Brea Fire, CAL FIRE, OCFA, and we're actually invited our LA City little cousins to come and participate. So residents could anticipate some smoke in the area. There will probably be, there's going to be signs posted on the 57 and the 71 freeways. And we would encourage residents on the morning of the 7th to close all their windows in the area, because while last year the wind did not push the smoke into the residences, when we did our small little burn last month, some of the smoke was pushed into the residences at the end of the braided main. So we just want to make sure that our residents are prepared for that. And so we have some flyers that we're going to be distributing, and we just wanted to try to get the word out. So make sure if the wind does carry the smoke into the neighborhood, it's probably not the best time to go exercise, and please close your windows. And that's it, unless there's any questions.
Any questions? Yes.
Yes. Thank you, Chief, for being here. I actually thought you were also going to touch on the fire inspection. Do you have information on that? I believe you started, right?
Yeah, we are starting this month because of the prescription burn. We're going to probably not start until this weekend. I don't know what the schedule is for the resources here locally in Diamond Bar. Okay. I let the battalion chiefs manage that, but we are starting this month, and those will go on throughout the month.
Okay. Good. Any other questions? Okay, so on Thursday, it will be the less popular Siete de Mayo that you're going to take care of. Sí? Bueno?
Yeah.
Very good. Did you mention something about the 71?
We post signs on that end of Tonner Canyon because some of our residents drive up that way, and the smoke may be visible because it's so deep in the canyon that last year the CHP elected to put them up on that side as well.
Great. Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate the information.
Thank you.
Anybody else that'd like to address the City Council? Okay, seeing no one, I will ask City Clerk Santana, were there any public comment emails received, or are there any callers on the line?
Mr. Mayor, there were no emails received, and there's no callers on the line at this
That's
time.
that I like to hear. Thank you very much. Let's see, we talked about all those folks. Great. We will now move on to schedule of future events and consent calendar. Mr. Fox.
Mayor and Council, a preserved Diamond Bar community presentation will be held on Monday evening, May 11th from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. in the Windmill Community Room at City Hall. The Planning Commission meeting scheduled for Tuesday, May 12th has been canceled. Coffee with a Cop will be held on Wednesday evening, May 13th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. at Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf in the Sprout Center. The Traffic and Transportation Commission will be meeting on Thursday, May 14th, starting at 6:30 p.m. in the Windmill Community Room at City Hall. There'll be another preserved Diamond Bar community presentation on Saturday morning, May 16th, from 9 to 11 a.m. in the Windmill Community Room at City Hall. And our next City Council meeting will be held on Tuesday, May 19th, starting at 6:30 p.m. here in the AQMD Auditorium. On the consent calendar this evening, you have approval of the April 14th special study session and April 21st regular meeting minutes, ratification of the check register dated April 8th through April 21st, approval of the treasurer's statement for March, adoption of a proclamation declaring May 3rd through the 9th as Public Service Recognition Week, adoption of a proclamation declaring May as Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, approval of a second reading by title only, which I will read, waive full reading, and adoption of Ordinance 05-2026, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Diamond Bar repealing Diamond Bar City Code Section 10.16.115 and adding Chapter 8.28 to Title 8 of the Diamond Bar City Code to prohibit camping on public places and interfering with public access. approval of an appropriation for special legal services related to sewer system matters, and approval of an appropriation for special legal services related to labor negotiations. And that concludes the consent calendar this evening.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Would anyone like to pull any items for discussion? That's very exciting. Would someone like to make a motion?
I'll make the motion, Mayor.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll
Mayor-
second.
Mayor Pro Tem on the motion and second from Councilman Chow. Call the vote, please.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Councilmember Chow?
Yes.
Councilmember Liu?
Yes.
Councilmember Tang?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Lo?
Yes.
Mayor Tai?
Yes, thank you. That brings us to public hearings, and we haven't got any tonight. Council consideration, there's no council consideration. It does bring us to council subcommittee reports and meetings attendance. Councilmember Chow.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to first recognize May as Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. It's an opportunity for us to recognize and celebrate the many accomplishments, and we can deepen our understanding and appreciation of diverse culture that make up our country and our city. And a couple more things. So on April 22nd, the Tres Hermanos Conservation Authority held our first public hike. I want to thank our staff, and the staff is the City of Chino Hills and the City of Industry. It was very well attended. I don't know if any of you were able to make it out, but I think we had over 300 people that showed up. Weather was great. It was very well organized. I think the authority will work on organizing our next one, and I think we'll work on parking a little bit, but it was very well attended, and I think everyone that went had a really good time. And the following day, on April 23rd, I was up in Sacramento for a same-day turnaround, attending the Cal Cities Leaders Summit. And this year's summit focused on, if I can pull up my notes, let me get there, focused on leadership development, advocacy, housing and economic policy, fiscal challenges, and emergent issues like AI, technology, and infrastructure. They're all designed to help and strengthen how cities govern and deliver services. Lastly, I want to welcome and congratulate Phoebe Coffee on their grand opening on April 28th. That's the new coffee place that took over from Margarine Cafe, located next to C's Candy. If you haven't been there, they have a great matcha strawberry latte.
What's your new favorite?
It's excellent. It's great if you like a little sweet. It's not enough caffeine for me, though. I have to add a couple of shots. I know, I got to add a couple of shots to it, but it's great. Matcha strawberry latte. It's great. That's it. Good night. Thank you.
Thanks very much. Councilman Tang.
Thank you, Mayor. As I have said last time, that I was going to attend the sheriff's open house and Earth Day event at the same day, and which I did, and I enjoyed both activity very much. And a lot of people come to the Earth Day to do the recycling. So I wait there until almost the end of the event. I still see people driving to unloaded their stuff for the recycling. So that's very well attended. And we also give the award to the students who won the competition of the artwork. And also, one of the most interesting thing I saw is the beehives from our Diamondback beekeeper. I don't know if anybody knows that there was a Diamondback beekeeper, and I think he was doing very well. He has a lot of he has done a lot of teaching in the Little Parrots farm for the students, and it's very exciting to see the queen bees in the beehives during the event. So it was a very interesting event, very well attended by the residents. So, and I was glad that I was able to attend both the event. And so with that, I say good night to everybody, and hope everybody will have a very nice Mother's Day coming this Sunday. Thank you. Bye-bye.
I can't tell you how much I appreciate that you brought that to my attention again. Councilmember Liu.
Thank you, Dr. Tang. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, staff, for the presentations. Speaking of which, the mayor's prayer breakfast is this coming Thursday. Thank you, Mayor, for hosting. And I'd like to wish all the mothers out there a very happy Mother's Day. That is say good night. Thank you.
Mayor Pro Tem Lo.
Thank you, Mayor. Congratulations to James Wang for his wonderful achievement and the scholarship. I just want to remind everyone that last year we had a similar scholar here in Diamond Bar that received a scholarship from Southern California Gas. So I think our students at Diamond Bar High School and in our community are just really awesome students, and it's great that they get the recognition and some financial support. I attended the sanitation district meeting, and I attended a presentation at Pantera Elementary School this past couple of weeks. And this morning, I attended the Niagara Economic Development Summit. That was a webinar. And can I have the first slide, please? And I just want to do two things at once, calling your attention to consent calendar item 8.4. 8.4 that we did was a recognition that Public Service Recognition Week is this coming week, and that's a recognition of the commitment and the service that so many of us that actually are in this room. So I just want to recognize our staff. You guys are all excellent public servants, as our deputies, our sheriffs, and our fire department. Just thank you, recognizing you, and thank you for just the loyal service and the dedication and the selflessness that you exhibit every day. And so just to tie into the on the screen, the City of Diamond Bar received from Niagara Bottling the Government Partnership Award, and they were just very, very gracious and thanked the city for the excellent work and the partnership that we had with them in helping their business and to grow their business. So I want to thank and congratulate our staff for what you did, and congratulations to our city for getting this award. And my next slide is to give a sales push for the wine soiree, which is sponsored by the Diamond Bar Friends of the Library. Miss Cynthia Yu is here every week. Thank you so much. But she is the heart and soul of our Diamond Bar Library, and it's under her leadership that our Diamond Bar Library is #1 in the county. And part of the reason that it's #1 is because of the great support our community and our city council gives to the Friends of the Library. And what they do is they do this big fundraiser. It's a lot of fun. And the money that is raised goes to pay for the support and the program that Ms. Yu puts on every week. I think you do, 25, 30 events, special programs every month for our community, and they are very, very well attended. So if you haven't got your tickets yet, you can go to the website, and it's June 7th from 3 to 7 p.m. So thank you for your support and participation. With that, I'll say goodnight.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. I'd like to make a motion, if we could, to no longer call it the Diamond Bar Friends of the Library. Cynthia, I don't know if you could do that, or some of the people at the group. I think it should be called the Diamond Bar Friends of our Library, because we do so much. And when we think about, or when I hear about how impactful the Friends of the Library are, the Friends of our Library are, that the impact that it has on our library here, that should be noted. So thank you. I accept your offer. So yeah, great. So Chief Gamble, it does occur to me that the burn is going to be going while the mayor's prayer breakfast is going on. Are you going to? I can do that, or could you do it like in the afternoon? No? No, all right. I thought I would ask. I'd like to say congratulations again to James Wang and his very proud parents. It's just a remarkable that they have come to give a young man. Is he 18? I don't know. I asked him, when is he going to Pennsylvania? He goes, oh, I still have a lot of classes to do. So congratulations to him, and we really appreciate them reaching out and finding these young men and women, young men and students that are looking for opportunities like this. So I did ask him if his mom and dad were going to add to that fund, but he didn't say one way or the other. So yeah, that's exactly right. So I hope you will join us Thursday for the mayor's prayer breakfast at 8. The doors are open, and 8:30 we'll start, and hope to see you there. With that, I'll say good night and God bless you at 7:26.